Hey everybody, welcome back to the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. This is Fabulous 50ocity here yet again, and as I promised y'all, it is Saturday, June 8th, and she's here to do my face. Because she says makeup is what? What do you say? Makeup is... I don't know.
What do I say?
She says makeup is my passion.
Oh, well, this is true.
And you forgot. Okay.
I forgot, yes.
So I'm going to do the intro, and then she's going to start... She's starting from the chapstick, y'all. Like this is just all my glorious trollness. Can you come in so they can see you?
Hi.
She said she's going to start doing videos again, and I thank y'all who did subscribe to her before, and then she kind of stopped doing videos. But thank you.
Well, you
so
know
I
why,
call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we stand for self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. So that is the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. I hope it resonates with you. Two things I need to let you know if you're new here. I do curse in videos sometimes. I don't know if she does or not, but I just curse sometimes, period. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I do always say excuse me. So that is it for the intro. So, Fabulous 50ocity, are you going to make me fabulous today?
Well, I'll do my best. I'm going to try. You're already fabulous on your own. So there's that. So now I have the standard I have to live up to. So I will do my best.
She likes my under nose redness. Yeah, that's very, like, fabulous. Okay.
All right. So as usual,
when you're talking, you gotta come in.
I have to come in. Okay. Yeah. See this. You can.
You
tell
know, I'm gonna come over here. How about that?
Not used to doing that at all. So there. Oh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm actually going to move a little bit and turn because I have to face my work. So excuse me.
Ooh, I'm the work.
I shift around here a little bit because I want you guys to see what I'm doing, and I don't think you seeing me is necessarily important. So I want to make sure that we do a good job.
It's good for them to see you.
Well, they can sort of see me a little bit.
Or you're going to be like Hung Vango, where all you see is his hands when he's talking, and he's just...
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing me.
All right.
All right, so we're going to start with chapstick as usual.
What flavor is it? Scented
excuse me, this is sugar cookie.
Okay.
All right, so I'm not used to putting chapstick on people, so I will do my best. I tried to get her to do it. She goes, "Oh no, you're doing everything right from the beginning." I was like, "Oh my gosh, was that enough for you?"
Yeah, because
okay. Was that too much for you?
No, it was about to be on my teeth. The way
you were talking.
I can't. You gotta say what stuff is. Okay, listen, y'all know right now this is gonna be a long ass video.
I'll try not to make it be.
Oh, it's going to be. I already know it. I feel it in my bones, and my videos be long anyway.
You know what? It's always, I think, as a new makeup artist,
you gotta, so they can see
and
you
I
talking.
have, I've done a few people's makeup already, and one for a wedding. So I feel like I'm still kind of nervous. I just want to make sure that I'm doing good. My client, obviously just my sister and friend at the moment, but if she was my client, I would, of course, want to make sure that she's happy and she's comfortable. So I think I'm always a little nervous just kind of being new at this. I mean, I'm not new at doing my own makeup, but I am new at doing other people's makeup. So to me, that's always a little bit nerve-wracking, and I don't know if other makeup artists kind of feel that way, but I do. It's like, I just want to make sure that, she's comfortable. So hopefully.
She picked out everything she's using from what I have, including the brushes, and that can just go anywhere.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so she picked out everything, including the brushes. She said she wanted me to do my own mascara, and I didn't even bring it back over here. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well,
Probably in the kitchen, but no, that's okay.
Okay.
So when you're using stuff, just let them know what you're using.
Okay, so what I do for my own skin.
Do I need to lean this way?
You just need to look at me, so I don't know what they're going to be able to see of that, so it might be a little bit awkward. I guess you can turn periodically. I don't know how else to do it. I must have to stand in front of you, and then we'd be blocked, so that might be awkward. She's just blinking at me, telling me
I gotta look at her. No, she said look at her, so I'm looking at her.
No, what I usually do for my own skin, and I know that Miss Dion does not do this, but and I don't know if she would be comfortable with me doing it.
Can
but,
you lean in though, like when you're talking, so they can see you?
Yeah, they don't need to see me.
Well, when you're talking, it's only polite to look at people.
I know, but it's difficult because, you know, this is not, you know, otherwise we're going to be on top of
It's
each
my
other.
space is small, which y'all already know. Okay.
Yeah. So what I usually do is I just prep the skin, and sometimes I use a finishing spray. For me personally, I use a serum spray with white truffle oil called D'Alba. I use that as my primer spray and also my finishing spray. So normally I would start with a, you know, kind of a serum spray, but this really is not meant for that. So it's just a finishing spray. So what I'm just going to do is go in with a primer. I'm going to use the Fenty primer. So, you know, we picked out things that Miss Dion uses all the time because she does have a lot of sensitivities. And I did not bring anything of my own. I didn't bring my own brushes because, you know, she likes particular brushes made of particular materials. And there's also a lot of makeup that, you know, is irritates her skin. So again, I have to be very aware of that if I'm going in to do somebody's makeup. You know, had she been my client, I would have asked a lot of those questions up front and would not have, you know, just brought in whatever and just expected to use my own stuff. So what we're doing is we're using the Fenty primer. So we're going to prime her skin here a little bit. And I'm just using the back of my hand, but I am going to use a brush. I always think that's a little
She did wash her hands 3 times.
And that's one of the other things, you know, if you're going to be doing somebody's makeup, you want to make sure everything's sanitary. You know, your brushes are clean, your space is clean, you know, your hands are clean. I do use the back of my hands for my own makeup. So that's what I'm going to do here as well.
Do you do brows after?
I do brows after foundation. Okay. Yep. So we're just going to go in with the Fenty primer.
What brush are you using?
I am using the Sigma F48 brush.
One of the soft collection ones, y'all. I love those.
Yeah. So you're used to doing this. I'm just a complete amateur here, so I do not announce anything. Do not announce brush names or anything. So apologies if I kind of am doing that.
So you do the whole under chin thing too?
Yeah. Because if I'm going to go down here with foundation, so why wouldn't I prime that area? Because I always want to make sure, you know, that your neck is matching your face.
But
I don't want any delineation. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it doesn't match my face.
Well, I'm going to do the best I can. And, you know, for the most part,
Oh, yeah.
somebody like, you know, Scott Barnes and some of the other, I think maybe Hindash does this too. They actually go onto the neck area and the chest area to match. Obviously, I'm not going to go to that extreme today. But normally, you know, what you would want to do is you would want to go down you know, under the chin, down the neck, and also you want to make sure you do the ears, because a lot of times, you know, sometimes people have red ears, and Wayne Goss always talks about his red ears all the time. So
the reason I don't match my foundation to my neck is because if I accidentally touch my face or something swipes my face, it's going to be obvious that's not the color of my skin. So that's why I don't match my neck, because I still want my face complexion to look like my face and not be like, okay, that looks weird. But that's why I don't. But I do know a lot of people do, you know, do the whole thing. I remember telling y'all that I was excited for her to do my makeup because she knows what I like. And so I'm like, we'll see if she's going to do how she does her makeup, which, by the way, is fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Or if she's going to troll it out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm excited.
I keep mine a little bit more, I don't want to say reserved, because that's not really who I am as a person, but I always have this thing in my head. I'm 62, and you know, we always have this discussion, you know, where, you know, Miss Dion's like, look, it don't matter, this don't matter, and she shows me videos of, you know, people that are right around my age and they're doing these wild eye makeup looks, and it's like, I think that's fantastic for them. It's just not fantastic for me, because I think what you always talk about is you have to be comfortable. You be you.
That's the motto for the Crazy Troll Nation.
Absolutely. And I have to do what's comfortable for me. And what's comfortable for me is not doing a lot of bright eyeshadow looks. As a matter of fact, I did like a purplish color today because I knew it was coming here.
So come on in and take your glasses off so they can see.
So it's a bit purple going on. And it's not anything outside of what I would normally do, you know, but I do, you know, I like to keep with my eye color too, so I have green eyes, so I tend to do a lot of pinks, purples, mauves, things like that. So I did that today. So I do enjoy doing that, but I really don't go too crazy. That's always a topic of discussion that we talk about. Let me ask you real quick, because it is one brush that we didn't pick out. What do you usually do to blend out your eye primer? Which brush?
One of those brushes that was in with the foundation concealer brushes. And it's over there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go get it.
It's propped on top of that other stuff.
Is it this one?
Any one of those.
This one?
Any one of those.
Okay. All right, that works. All right, there we go. That's one thing that...
Yeah, I showed her how each category of brushes was.
Oh, these brushes
and she's
are
like,
organized.
I'll take this one. I'm like, these are the liner brushes. These are the primer concealer brushes. These are the shader brushes. These are the blending brushes. These are the under eye liner brushes.
But you do just use the brush to apply, right? And then you blend out.
Well, it's a wand, so I'll just, and then I'll blend it. But you can do however you're comfortable doing it.
Close your eyes.
Of course.
And I know you usually like to put on a lot. I've watched your videos enough.
But it spreads out though. Like it's not like a thick. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. You think that's a lot?
No, but I think you usually do a little bit more than I did.
Oh. Does my breath stink?
No.
I just realized.
I guess we should have thought about that. Mine probably does.
I just
we just got done eating pizza and had onions, so probably not a good time to do makeup. Yeah, you got onion breath, so you need to like back
we're
off.
like in each other's face.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
But since we ate the same thing, if it did smell like, is it mine or
we
yours?
Probably
or
cancel
yours
each
or
other out.
Right. It would just both our breath would just be like hitting the wall.
Boom, cancel each other out.
If you ever want me to like raise my brows because I have all this puffiness going on, just let me know.
Yep, I will do.
Because raising them will give at least a flat surface.
All right.
Even though people say never do, but you know, puffy transition area, you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right. And normally what I would do is I would set that eye primer, because I prefer to work on more of a surface that I don't want to say is slippery, but maybe more smooth as opposed to sticky. But I know that Miss Dion does not set her
But if that's what
her
you want
eyes.
to do, I have a setting
again,
powder.
I know her well enough to kind of know some of her routine. But sometimes she comes on and she's already done a lot of her face, so sometimes I don't see it right from the beginning.
But if you want to set it, I do have only just that one setting powder.
Yeah, no, I think, maybe I will now that I just said that because I'm not necessarily working. Let me see.
You know what? I'm going to move this mirror down here so I can just look down here and see myself.
There you go.
I'm so smart. Took me all that time to figure that out.
I'm just going to grab one here real quick. Okay. Close your eyes. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm just setting the eyes right now after the eye primer. Just because that's my preference. It isn't necessarily her preference. But she said it was okay for me to do that.
Because you're doing my face, and so you're going to do the face.
So I do like to do that just to kind of give me a really nice smooth surface to work with. So that's what I normally do. Okay, so I'm just kind of stick with the norm. Okay.
Ooh, doesn't feel tacky.
No, it's
that
not
Fenty
tacky.
primer for me. Whew.
Yeah. All right,
So she chose the Hourglass number 3 brush. I don't know what this one's for.
Yeah.
A Scott Barnes number 62 brush.
Yep.
Y'all have seen all of these brushes before. Esom V33 she picked out. And the Esom V27. Scott Barnes number 65 she picked. And a Lethal blush brush she picked.
Yep, and then for when I did the eye primer, I used the Real Techniques number 210. And then to blend it out, I just kind of grabbed something here because, Miss Dion's brushes are way different than mine. Just used the Scott Barnes Travel Blender. That's all it says on the back. There's no numbers or anything. So
you gotta show them what
you're talking about. Show them. Okay. See, there I go again, being an amateur. All right, so what I do now, and again, this is something that I do on my own face, is I like to go in with concealer. I have watched some makeup artists do this because I myself, again, and Miss Dion and I are not the same age, but I do enjoy this because I like to do the concealing first because and Miss Dion does not wear under eye concealer, so I'm not going to go there. And
once
I don't
once
actually
in a while
either.
I do, but
yeah, I don't because I have bags under my eyes. They're pretty prominent because of my age. And I find that when I conceal under there, it just makes them even more prominent. So instead of using a concealer, I just go up under there very lightly with my foundation. So, but what I do is I have age spots on my face, and Miss Dion I don't think has any age spots.
I got freckles.
Yeah, she's got freckles,
like my
but that's
freckles.
not a big deal because I like when freckles kind of peek through. But it also gives me an opportunity then not to go in as heavy with my foundation because, again, you know, with an older individual like myself, I don't want to go in with a heavy foundation because I do have some fine lines in my face, so I like to avoid that heavy foundation. So I find that when I go in and conceal, then what I can do is just go very light with the foundation, and I kind of like that, you know, natural, more natural look as opposed to really made up. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So do you usually go right on your face with your concealer with the brush here?
I mean, I do.
You do? Okay.
But you can do what you want.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I do not want to, you know, contaminate brushes or contaminate containers or anything if that's not what you normally do. So,
My undernose is small and it's like
concealer, mustache.
The reason I haven't been concealing under my eyes lately is because it's been making my under eye look very dry and cakey, and I think it's because I've been more consistent with using Tetranolin, which you can use all over your face, including up under your eyes. And because that is an exfoliant, it can make my under eye dry when I put concealer on.
Let me just get a little bit more on that one side, just a little bit. And again, I don't like to go too heavy with concealer. I'm always of the mind that go easy because you can always add more to it. But if you go heavy the first time around, especially with some concealers, they do tend to get cakey. And you have to be really, really careful with that. Okay, let me just do a little bit more spot concealing here. And I'm just concealing a few areas around the face. Again, nothing too severe. Just kind of to help us out just a little bit because then I'm already hiding this. And when I go in with my foundation brush again, I'm not aggressive with it. I pat, I don't swipe. So this is just kind of doing a little bit of pre-work, if you will. And it's okay to have some freckles pouring through because I do really enjoy that. As a matter of fact, some people actually paint freckles on their face because they want freckles on their face. Okay.
When that trend first came out, I admit that I was offended.
What's that?
And then I got over, and then I got over it because it was like, and then I think about a lot of people who were teased when they were kids for having freckles, and then you know we embrace our freckles, right? And then you know people wearing full coverage foundation, they want to blank out their entire face, and now it's a trend. You're going to sprinkle freckles on your face, so it's like make up your mind, like do you like freckles or you don't? And so, but I got over it because I know it's just a thing. It's makeup, you know, express your creativity, you know. And so I got over being annoyed at first because I'm like, so you're taking something that we naturally have and you're making it like, ooh, look at this. But then I'm like, they just want to be like a troll. That's all. They just want to be a troll. They just want to have freckles like we do.
And if you do have freckles, again, if you go in with your foundation and you're not too heavy, they're going to peek through naturally. So you don't have to go back and paint anything on. You know, and that's why if you're doing a little bit of work beforehand, you know, then you know, it's all good.
So when do you do foundation?
After eyeshadow.
Oh, so what's the order that you do?
The order I do is I do primer. I usually do a spray serum, and then I do the actual primer, and then I go in and I prime the eyes, and I go in and do a little concealing, and just let that sit. It's okay if it sits there now. You know, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to, you know, suddenly go away or get less. So I'm kind of just doing some of the pre-work, and then I'm always afraid of a little bit of fallout. So it's a lot easier for me to clean up any fallout if she's not having any foundation on her face. Now, if I'm going to do her whole face and get her foundation perfect, and now I'm going to do her eyeshadow, and I'm going to have fallout, that's a huge problem. Then the problem is, you know, I can go in and do some baking.
Did you almost poke me in the eye with that brush?
I didn't. Then I could do some baking, but then again, I'm adding more powder to her face, and if she has any fine lines, why am I now going to keep adding more powder to it? So that's why I tend to do the eyeshadow first, so that if there is any fallout, we can go ahead and clean it up and then get that foundation looking pretty good. And then after the foundation, that's when I do the eyebrows, because I find that if you have to go around the eyebrows with the foundation brush, I don't have to be quite as careful. I don't go necessarily on top of them, because then I would have to clean off the foundation. But I don't want to have to be so careful that I'm going to mess up her eyebrows, so I do that after the foundation. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so this is what I'm a little bit more nervous on, is eyeshadow, but I'm going to do my best, because I know Miss Dion has the way that she likes to do it.
Well, you're doing it, so it's whatever.
Yeah, I know.
If I need to turn a certain way, just let me know. Oh, tell them what palette you're using.
Oh, sorry. See, here I go, being all amateur again. Natasha Denona Lila?
Lila or Lila?
I don't know. Palette. Okay, and then you can kind of see the inside here. A lot of different shades going on. I'm going to stay with sort of the dark pink colors, right? Because that's kind of what she's wearing today, and I don't know. I just
you
kind
want
of
to know
felt
people.
like,
She matches makeup to her clothes.
well, not always, but it inspired me, because
we are so freaking opposite when it comes to makeup. Like, for real, our aesthetic is different. She do the matching, I don't. She does lighter makeup. I'm like, give me the grunge, give me a black lipstick. So, and I remember telling you, I was so excited to see, like, what is she going to do to my face? Because we know each other and we know how opposite we are, you know, makeup wise. And so, I want to see what you're going to do.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Or are you using that palette because it matches your eyeshadow?
No, actually, you know, the problem is when I first got here, she has so many eyeshadow palettes. She's like, well, go ahead and pick one out. I'm like, oh God, you know, where am I going with this? Because I know she likes a heavy shadow. But then when I looked at this, and I just kind of looked at her tops. There's sometimes, you know, when you sit down and do your makeup, you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing today. So sometimes we have to get, you know, inspiration from somewhere. Yep. That's
okay, so this is Helio from the Lila palette.
Yep, going right here with this. Okay. All right. So I always tap off a bit. I don't, you know, I usually would tap off on the table, but I don't want eyeshadow going everywhere.
That's why this is here, because I tap.
Oh, you tap off on that?
Yeah, that's why.
You know,
and then when it gets messy,
let's move that over here.
And when it gets messy, then I just kind of roll it in on itself.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't we put that here, and then that way I can
so this
tap.
whole side is clean.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, that's why that stays there.
Okay. See all these little tricks here that she has that I don't know anything about. All right.
I'm just putting the brushes on top.
Okay.
All right, let's get jiggy with it.
All right, let's get going. All right, close your eyes for me.
You want me to raise my brows or no?
Yeah, you can. And again, I feel like I'm just at a little bit of a disadvantage because the light is not the best when she turns her head. So, yeah. So I'm gonna kind of have to do my best here with what I got.
Last time she was here, the plan was, oh yeah, we'll do a video. But then
it got late.
And after we ate, we sat and talked so long, and then I was like, oh, are you still gonna do my makeup? She said, I can. I said, are you sure?
Yeah, it was
and she
like
said,
after
what time
5.
is it? And she looked at the clock. She said, oh, I said, yeah, that's why I was asking. Because she lives, what?
2 hours?
2 hours away.
Yeah.
A little less because she's a speed demon, but when I went to her house, it took me over 2 hours because I didn't know where I was going. And she lives in one of those places where the road twists and turns and ups and downs, and I was just like driving like a granny because I'm like, I don't know where this road is going. But she knows the roads, and so she'd be flying. And so we were like, we're going to set a date specifically for her to do my face. She got here before I did. So I went to the post office, mailed the package, went to Bertucci's, picked up the pizza, went to Wawa, got our beverages. I got here, she was here waiting for me. And so we ate, and then I think we maybe talked maybe 10 minutes after we ate. And then it's like, okay, let's do the makeup, let's do the face.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it because I love to do my own makeup, and then anytime I'm given an opportunity to do somebody else's makeup, you know, I get excited about it. So,
and it is really different because I've had people before ask me, "Can you do my makeup?" And I'm like, "Oh shit."
I know it's really nerve-wracking.
It really is, and I'd be sweating the whole time, like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was people newer than me, so they were like, "Oh, I don't know, just do whatever you want to do." And I'm just like, "Fuck, like, just give me some guidance here." Like, and some of them didn't even have like their own makeup, or they just had like one palette from the drugstore or something. So they would see my stuff and be like, "Oh, can you use this one on me?" And since I wash brushes after every use, I was like, I felt okay, using my stuff on them. But it is very nerve-wracking.
So what I'm just doing now is just kind of going around that edge, because I do not like harsh lines. So I'm just kind of going in. I have a little bit of a fatter, denser brush at home that I use, just because, again, I don't like those defined lines, especially around the eyes. So I'm just kind of going in and taking care of that.
This is so different. Oh my gosh.
All right, close your eyes. So I went all over the lid in a bit, and right here we are having some fallout, so did not anticipate that.
Are you using a blending brush or a packer brush?
Well, I don't know. It's flat, so that's what I would consider a packer brush.
Yeah.
I
don't know why I thought. Did you start? Oh, you started with the
blending
brush.
I started with that. And then I went to this Esom brush.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then now I'm doing the packing.
Okay.
And then what I always, again, like to do, once I'm kind of packing that on there, I'll go back in and again do a little blending up there, because I really didn't want that to. I'm actually going to dust some of this away, so you're going to feel that on your face. Down here.
I want to say that's because the shadow isn't sticking to the primer.
Yeah. But again, I know.
I'm just saying. I'm just messing with you.
I know. And plus, this is has a little bit more fallout than most of my shadows do. So I went in with this.
That's Helio.
Okay. And then I did a combination of this and this just in the outer corner, because I wanted a little bit of darkness.
Okay, this one is Layla.
And then for the eye, for the shimmer, I went in with this.
That's Juno.
Okay. Let's see where we are. Okay, I actually like that. Let me just do a little bit more blending. Okay. And then I'm just going to put, I think, a little bit bit more dark on the outside, but not too much.
That's looking like a dual chrome, but it's not. Did you put I
went almost over your lid with this, and then I went in this over it, so it's darkened it up a little bit.
Because that's making it look like a dual chrome.
Yeah.
Juno over.
And you can do that. You can put this like one shade all over the eyelid, and then go in with a shimmer, and then it just kind of gives it a little bit of a different shift.
You didn't watch my newest Natasha video, because I put down mattes and then I put the shimmers on top of it.
Well, I watched the one that
the first 4 looks.
Yes.
Y'all believe I did 8 looks with that damn palette, and I only had it since the 5th of June.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I saw the one, and then I don't know. It was like another day, and it was like the next day.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then all of a sudden you had
8
another
looks.
one, 5 more, or 4 more,
so
or something.
I did 8 looks with that palette in 2 days, because I got it on the 5th. And the upload, so
what do you think?
It came on the 5th. It's cute.
Yeah, see, it's not like super bold, not like not like you'd like to do, more like my style. But now, if Miss Dion was going somewhere,
Miss Dion, oh my God,
I would be doing exactly what she'd want. I would do a very bold eye look. But she asked me to kind of do what I do, and so that's what I'm doing.
I left it up to you, because she was asking me, how do you want it done? And I said, just do it.
And you know what? I usually never started in the inner corner of the eye, but I watched a recent video from Makeup by Ariel. So Ariel, who does, I think he does Kim Kardashian's makeup on the regular. I think he did Patrick Starr recently. And he does some other, celebs, so, he's pretty well known. He's kind of up there with, Hindash and Scott Barnes and, Wayne Goss and things like that. And I watched him, and this is how he did it. He started on the inner eye, and then kind of went in here with a little bit of the darkness, and, and I was like, you know what? I am not hating that. And I really liked it, and that's how I do my makeup now. And that's kind of the technique that I'm using.
So he took a darker shade on the inside, the inner corner of the eye?
Yeah. It's almost like the shade that you use almost to kind of start your transition. He went a little bit dark. Oh, you don't? Okay.
Not a traditional transition.
Okay.
No. Because of all the puffiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get
the
that.
way I do my eyeshadow is not the YouTuber's way.
No,
at all.
No. And I don't either right now because, like I said, I'm not really doing the transition shade. I kind of like what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it almost creates a little bit of a halo eye,
That's
which
what
I
was
really
thinking.
do enjoy.
That's why I was like, what?
Yeah. So I do really, really like a halo eye.
Don't break my brushes.
No, I'm not. Sorry. I'm tapping loudly.
You were well, I did move the cloth, y'all, so when she taps, it is on the cloth and not tapping the table.
Yes, I'm getting out of control over here.
She's trying to break up my shit.
I am. Just because, you know, I want to irritate her a little bit here.
Impossible.
And now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going around the line that, you know, kind of, well, I mean, there's a line there for me that I, you know, can see that I don't like to have too defined. And some people like a really defined line, and that's okay too. Okay? So now I think I might, again, I don't want to go too heavy-handed because we had a lot of fallout. And yes, that could be why, because I set the eye. But again, to me, I can work on a really nice smooth surface. And the brushes glide over it very easily.
Yeah.
I like that, and I prefer that. Okay, I have to go in a little bit heavier. I'm trying to match the other side.
I do find when I layer shadows, I do find that's when I do get more fallout. When I do try to layer, because there's not much for it to stick to. And depending on the color of the fallout, sometimes it blends in with my highlighter. So I'm like, okay, we'll just retain this highlight. Like, I'm just like, whatever.
And I like the way that you also, you do things on your channel that even though things might not turn out like you initially anticipated, you always like roll with it and then you create something great. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you just kind of like, oh, well, this isn't really, you know, this isn't really what I thought, but hey, I'm going to go with it. And then you turn out these great looks. And I like the fact that you experiment. And, you know, and do all these great looks. And
I encourage, you know, my subscribers to do that. Just experiment. Because some people, if they don't like a look, they'll be like, oh, I started this look, I didn't like it, I started over. And I'm like, how do you learn if you keep quitting? And sometimes I'll, you know, finagle it and, you know, do things to try to make it like how I like it better. And sometimes I like it more and sometimes I don't. But either way, I've learned something. I've learned either do this again but tweak it, or never do it again. You know what I mean? So either way, she did wet the brush and she's going it again with, is that Juno, that corner light shade? Yeah. Yep.
So I did wet the brush a little bit because, you know, again, had I not set the eye, it might have been a little bit brighter. So I do want it to pop a little bit. So I did do that, but now I'm going to just go in and just make sure that that's blended in good and we're not getting too high.
Yeah, so I do a lot of stuff. If it doesn't turn out how I like it, I'll just try to make it into something I do like. Because how can I say experiment with makeup, have fun and play, and then I come on here and be like, oh, I tried this, I didn't like it, this is a new look. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I want people to know it's okay to just, if it don't turn out the way we want, and that's life. Everything doesn't turn out the way we want it to. And so,
absolutely.
You know, we don't give up on life.
And I like, too, that you don't edit things out. Like, if something doesn't go right, or there's a little mistake, or whatever, you don't edit it out. You're just like, oh, wow, this kind of went somewhere I didn't expect. And you're like, hey, I'm just going to roll with it. And I think, to me, that's authentic. Instead of editing out, like, all the mistakes, because I think people have to see the mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes. I've done my eyeliner thousands of times, but I still have screw up, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, what the heck? And then I have to redo it, or I'm just like, oh no, I gotta make the other one look just as wonky. So, okay. So probably gonna stop there. See, not quite bold enough for Miss Dion, but that's okay.
But it's colorful though. Like, it's not like a nude look, like them golden palette looks where it was just...
Yeah, no, it's
soft
not
glam.
like that.
I know that's what some people are saying.
Yes.
Soft glam.
Right, I'm just gonna leave this here just in case. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do, and this is not.
Are you gonna go back in the palette?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this back in the palette.
So I am going to try to do a little bit of eyeliner, and this to me is always the most nerve-wracking because when I do my own eyeliner, I'm nervous.
Do you do inner rims?
I do my own. I haven't done a client yet because I really haven't had that many clients. But I'm always cautious of that. I'm like, I wear contacts, you know, so I have to be careful because sometimes it actually will get on my contacts.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I do the inner.
Do you want me to put on something on my inner rims?
I might. Let me see where we are after I put a little eyeliner. I'm just doing this on your upper lid.
Okay, because where they are is 2 squares over from where the primer brushes were. Those are all the different colors. Those are all the ones. She's just like fiddling like, oh my gosh, like she has a lot.
Oh, I like that.
So those are my lower lash line and inner rim liners. And the gel ones I use for my upper lash line. There's one that's like a terracotta.
Is this one the terracotta?
I can't see that far.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't have my contacts in. Yeah, this is like a terracotta.
I don't
so
know. I don't know. Would that work with that?
You know I don't care. Yeah, because I be putting together colors.
Yeah, let's wait though.
I
may not use it. Let me see where
y'all saw me going in.
she was ready to go in.
I was like, damn, okay. I'm putting it down and backing away slowly. So tell them what you're using.
So I'm using the Inglot, which is actually, I got the black years and years ago when I first started watching makeup tutorials. I can't remember her name, but I watched her religiously, and this was her favorite eyeliner. And then after a year or so, I ordered it. I only ever got black, and recently I got this color, which is almost like a, what would you say, like a purplish?
This is the matte purple one that she picked up, and I'll do this and no one, I forget y'all can't see, but this is number 75, and this is the matte purple. And it's more like an eggplant kind of almost.
Yeah,
but this is the one she
color. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
This is the one she picked to use.
Yep. And this is the one I have at home, and again, you know, I tend to gravitate towards purples. Now this is heavy duty.
Where did you get yours from? Because I got mine from Amazon.
That's where I got
they're a few dollars
mine.
cheaper than the Inglot site.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, so let me know where I need to turn.
Okay, so let me just see here.
Don't be looking in my ears.
I'm not looking in your ears. I mean, close your eyes.
No, not you. I'm talking about them.
Oh, them? Oh, well, you can't help it.
You want me to raise my brows or no?
No.
Okay.
So I'm probably not going to go too crazy with this, only because I don't want this to turn out to be a crazy look. Excuse my finger on your face.
Something that always irks me, because it kind of just not grosses me out, but it kind of just it makes me cringe, is Makeup by Mario's promotional posters, because he's always like with the product, and I'm like, what makeup artist be like, and I just be like, dude, like, why are you like all up touching her personal space?
Yeah.
And I know that's a promo, you know, poster and all of that, but I'm just like, it's not professional. Like, I know you're selling a product here, but you know, why are your hands like all over her face or her shoulders? And I think because I watch Hendash mostly.
I do too, and he's just so awesome.
And when he's talking, the model be looking, and he be like, and then we're going to put such and I'm like, that could trigger some people. But then if you're a model, you're used to, but he's just like, which I appreciate because we can't see him, so he's like speaking with his hands, but he's just all in their face, like.
Right. And I'm tapping this off. As you can see, I made quite a mess on my hand already because, again, you know, I'm always of the mind that I can add more, but you know, it's going to be very difficult to take it away.
And me is like add and then try to fix it.
All right, keep still now. No talking.
I gotta talk. We gotta keep the people entertained.
So, like I said, I'm just going in really, really lightly here. Probably if we weren't on camera and it was just us goofing around or something, I'd probably be a little bit more bold and probably go
for
it out a little bit. But
no,
I don't
you
want
in
to
a troll house now. Just do the damn thing.
All right, I need more light. That's the problem. I can't see. Turn that way for me.
Oh, you said turn up.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought you did. Turn.
Okay.
What way?
Yeah, no, just right where you are. Just close your eyes. All right, sorry. I just want to keep it steady here. Okay.
Yeah, I have an itch.
Oh,
yeah, I put my elbow on the table when I do this eye, I put my elbow on the table, and when I do this eye, I just brace my arm against the side of the table.
Let me do this eye again on this side. Whoop, no, just look towards me. There you go.
Well, I can't see you. My eyes are closed.
Will you stop moving that face around, woman?
It's pudgy. It's going to move.
It is not pudgy. What's up with that?
I do have a chubby face.
Oh, stop already.
No, seriously, I do. And you know I do. You know my face is not thin.
Okay. Let me
All
see.
it is.
Turn a little bit like this. Okay, turn your head a little bit this way. Okay, close your eyes.
She is so serious, y'all. So when her business is up and running, which you'll hear about on her channel.
Okay, look at me.
And if you're in her area.
Okay, I know. I just need to get a smudger real quick.
Or you know someone who is, and you know where to tell them to go. Ooh.
I have to smudge that one spot.
Yeah, these
so I'm
are
looking for something. Oh,
these
here,
are smudgers. Well, there's a couple smudgers. A good one would be the Makeup Forever. This one.
Okay.
That's a good smudger.
Okay. Close your eyes.
It's so quiet. I'm trying to think of what to say.
I know, I'm sorry. You can see I'm not
No.
used to being on camera. That's why I'm completely silent.
I know, and I talk the
All right, let me
entire
see.
time because I don't want people to be bored.
Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is go back in
Okay.
on this other side because I went a little bit thicker here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure I match up. So let me have this back. Let me have the inglot back.
Okay.
I'm just going to match it.
Tight,
Oh, yes, you did. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I just had that open.
They dry out on me
What's
in
she
like
doing?
7-8 months.
Okay. Just turn your head like this. Okay.
Okay.
Keep your eyes closed.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, sir. Or is it sir, ma'am?
None of the above. None of the above.
Now, when I'm doing videos, I talk the entire time. If I'm not going to edit, I talk the entire time because for longer videos that I watch, I might be, in the kitchen, and I can see my TV from the kitchen. So I might be, doing dishes, fixing something to eat or whatever. And so I may not be actually like looking at it. And then when it gets quiet, then I'm looking like, is the video over? And I'm like, oh no, they're still doing something, but they're just really quiet.
Okay, sorry.
So that's why I talk. But there are quite a few people, like they'll say, we're going to put this shadow on the lid, and then they don't say anything, like, at all. And I'm like, are they finished? I'm like, oh, nope, they're not done yet. And then some people like me do talk the entire
Keep your
time.
eyes closed, please.
And then some people just edit out a lot of stuff anyway.
I'm just going to go in a little bit further on this side.
Mm-hmm.
I usually like to stick to the outer corner.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just a matter of wanting to make sure that this is even and doesn't look weird.
What's the reason that you stick to the outer corner?
To elongate the eye and give more emphasis to the outer corner. Gives a little bit of lift to the eye.
Oh. I have a question though. Who cares?
Oh, I care. Here, close your eyes. I'm not done.
Okay, I know I was looking at your work. This lady said to me, because I like to do lower lash line, upper lash line, inner rims, and this lady, actually down at the Playhouse, was she a volunteer? She was somebody because she's there a lot. And she was like, oh, I love that look, but I don't do it because when I do my inner rims, it makes my eyes look smaller. And I said, do you care that your eyes look smaller? She said, no, I don't. I said, then do it. And she said, that's a good point. And I'm thinking, seriously?
She's not wrong. It does close the eye off.
But when I asked her, do you care that your eyes look smaller? She said, no. So then do it. If you don't care, then do it. And she was like, that's a good point. And I'm thinking,
I'm not thrilled.
And I know it's true. It does close your eye off. But if you don't care, then do it. And apparently I don't care. But yes, I was surprised when she said she didn't care. So I'm like, then do it if you don't care. And so I don't know if she started doing it again or not. But I'm just like, And then for me, I do makeup for me, not for other people.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I didn't care it made my eyes look smaller, I'm going to do it. If other people are like, oh, your eyes look small, I would say so. Why are you all up looking at my eyes? Why are you measuring my eyeballs?
Okay, got a little fatter than I would have liked, but again, you know, this is makeup and things aren't always perfect, and it is what it is, so we're just gonna go with that. All right.
Perfection is an illusion. Imperfections are what makes us perfect.
What do we do with that little cloth? Did I put it somewhere?
It
Am I
might
sitting
have.
on it? Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sitting on it. Oh boy, you can't take me anywhere.
Put your hot ass on my microfiber cloth.
Well, it's mine for now.
You can take it home with you.
Oh, I'm kidding, of course.
I'm not. Yes, I am joking.
All right. So,
Okay.
all right. So now we're gonna go in. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? Don't you have makeup wipe, don't you?
Yeah, I put them there for you
Okay.
because you said you might want to use them.
I do.
And I moved my makeup trash bag, but I can just put that stuff over here. Ooh, you know, Eli is not gonna wipe off like
That
that.
is not coming off.
Or you can put some micellar water on the wipe. See if that'll
I
help.
could do that.
When Inglot dries, y'all, that's why I don't put
It's
Inglot.
not moving.
That's why I don't put gel liner underneath my lower lash
there we go.
line. Because
There
that
we go.
Inglot, it dries. The melt ones, it dries. That's why I don't put potted gel liner underneath my eyes, because it just dries out. And then it feels weird when it gets dry.
All right, so now we're going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I don't know how to say it right. Medium with warm neutral undertones.
Shade 335.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, I didn't put the label. Yeah, there it is. On label whore here.
Yep.
Shade 335, medium with warm neutral undertones is how it's described.
It's labeled.
I want to know what stuff is.
So I tend to pat.
What brush is that? That is so soft.
It's the
That's
Real
the Real
Techniques
Techniques
200.
ones?
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah.
I almost thought it was the Salt Collection one from Sigma that you used earlier for the primer. So you don't use the same brush for face primer as you do for foundation?
Actually, I just use my.
You use a sponge?
I know. I use the back of my hand, and then when I do my primer, I usually I like the Kosas primer, and that's just very liquidy. So I just use my fingers, which I know you hate.
I do. What's that? She did my ear.
Well, your ears have to be the same color as your face.
But
as
they're
if your
not
ears.
the same color as my
Well,
face.
I like to make them the same color. All right, and then I'm going to go down the neck a little bit. And this is like after I've already deposited most of the foundation, so what's left on the brush is not heavy. So when I go down the neck a little bit, there's hardly anything on the brush. It's just that I don't want these lines here to delineate. And then I'm just going to tap over.
There ain't no foundation in that brush. That brush feels dry.
I know.
It don't feel pokey though, which is really good.
I
It's
go
so
with a
soft.
light hand. So I, like I said, I put it on the back of my hand. I really don't like to do it directly on the face because again, I can always go in and add more. But if I put too much foundation on the face,
And that's why I put it on a palette. Like on the back of my hand, it just dries up, and I'm like, foundation costs too much to be drying up on the back of my hand.
and then the same thing with the nose area. I tend to go in after the majority of the foundation is already deposited on her face because less is more in certain areas of the face, right? And again, I'm tapping. I don't like to swipe
Me neither.
because we tend to get those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm patting, it definitely takes a little bit longer because I have to pat out the foundation, but the end result is a lot better.
Yeah, I'm a patter too. And then even if after I pat, if I swirl, I go back and pat again. And for me, it gives a more natural look because, people are like, oh, you can see my pores, you can see the texture. I have pores and I have texture. And so to me, it's just enhancing what I have, which for me with foundation, the purpose is just to even out my skin tone. So I'm not trying to block anything out. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to cover up the blemishes and hyperpigmentation where I pick my face. But for the most part, it's just to try to get my face somewhat even. And,
Right.
and stippling like you're doing now and padding, to me that does give a natural finish because it still looks like your skin.
Yes. And that's what I like. I want you to be able to go outside in the bright light and look just as good as you do in here. And it is going to look obviously a little bit more intense in natural light. And that's where I do my own makeup. I sit in front of a window with a magnifying mirror and I do my makeup because I don't want to be, you know, it's like when you put down your visor in the car, it's like, whoa, you know,
like, what the
it's right,
hell?
oh my God, what the hell have I created? It looks horrible. So I don't want to be shocked, you know.
I mean, I'll look in the mirror and be like, what the hell? And I'm like, well, we out here now. Like, I'm just like, whatever, dude. We here.
All right. Is that like normally the coverage you do? Is it too little, too much?
You're doing my face.
I know.
Do your thing.
Okay.
We'll let the viewers decide. Did she do the troll justice? Or did she make the troll a not good troll?
Oh God, don't say that.
Yeah, I should do a poll on my YouTube community tab saying, let me see what the options would be. Did she do the damn thing? Was it alright? Or was it like, what the hell did she do?
Well, to me, I like it, you know, the way it is, and I don't want to do more because I don't want to get cakey. So that's where we're at with that. Okay. All right. I am going to attempt to do brows. This can always be
Fun. Do you want me to turn?
yes, probably.
All
Let me just test this on. Okay, so this
Okay.
isn't too bad. Oh, you know what though? But I am going to have to see. So you're going to have to be
So
turned.
turn
Sorry.
back how I-
Yeah, sorry.
She know I got
I
chronic
know.
joint problems.
I know. Trying not to. Can you tilt your? Are you okay tilting your head back a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Isn't you're okay if I touch your face a little bit? Correct.
You've already been touching my face
Well, I
and my neck.
know. I know.
So
And you're gonna have to do the talking because when I do brows, I am not chatting.
We are using the only brow pencil that I have and have been using for the last few years, which is the Fenty Brow MVP, whatever the darkest shade is. And you would think I would know it by now, but I don't. But so that's what we're using. So she didn't have a choice for brow pencil if she was going to do brows because I only got the one, and I only have the one setting powder too, and the one finishing spray, and the one eye primer. I got a lot of ones, right? So it feels like you're drawing a tail. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's always fun, trying to get them to look even. I ask myself sometimes if I can go back, would I still have overplucked my brows? And the answer is no. I would not have overplucked. I would have just plucked like this area here where hair was growing. I would have just like cleaned up here instead of plucking, because I overplucked to here.
I actually take off the end of my brow.
Yeah, I overplucked to here because one came this way and one went this way. And so I overplucked to here so I can at least try to get the tails even. But if I can go back, because I do like when they look fuller, I would have just like cleaned up under here. And if they're uneven, they're just uneven because... But that was before I embraced the troll motto, you know, embracing your features.
Okay.
So if I could go back, I wouldn't have overplucked.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit more
So where do you want me to?
You know
what do you want me to do?
Maybe can we do maybe like wait a minute? I did that brow. I'm just trying to think of a good way.
Do you want me to turn this way and they just look at the back of my head?
Well, I don't know how good that's going to be, but
Wow.
well, see, now I don't have enough light where you have to turn this way. I'll have to figure it out. Sometimes doing somebody else's makeup can be challenging. Ooh, careful, careful. Tilt your head back for me. There we go.
Y'all don't be looking at my nose.
They're gonna have to look up your nose.
No, they're not. 'Cause I'm gonna put my fingers here.
Shh. Still.
I got a wide nose. I don't want them looking into my brain, counting how many effective brain cells I have left. I remember a long time ago when I was working in a juvenile detention center type place, and I found 2 screws on the floor. And so I picked them up and I told one of the girls, I'm like, damn. She says, what's wrong, Miss D? I said, my last 2 screws fell out. Yeah, I've always been that person. I was like, my last 2 screws fell out. She was cracking up. I said, if you see any more, bring them to me so I can put them back in. She was cracking up. I be thinking of the weirdest things at the weirdest times. Yo, she is working. Fabulous Viviosity is making me fabulous. I can hear her breathing.
You're gonna make me laugh, and I'm gonna have to be cleaning up the end of this brow now.
She is serious. She deep breathing over here.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get it.
I feel like this
Where's your hourglass brushes?
Well, there's some the shade. Sorry, the shader brushes are here. The hourglass blending brushes are here.
Where's the shade? Where's the shader?
These are all the shader brushes.
You don't have anything thinner than that? I thought you gave me one that's perfect for brows, and you're like, "What? I gave you an hour." Oh, here, hold on. I got it.
Because this is the thinnest brush I got.
No, this is what I need.
Oh, that's a Fenty. I use that for lower lash line. And for under my brow sometimes too, actually. Because that point is nice. It's had a chill.
Sorry.
No, that was. Why are you sorry I had a chill?
Let me see.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
He'll head back just a little bit.
I won't be looking at my nose. Today was a good day for driving for you.
It's beautiful.
We had thunderstorms the other day. And then we had lightning. We had a tornado watch. I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening out there? But my vehicle got cleaned. I was not upset.
Okay, turn this way a little bit.
Yeah, my vehicle is looking nice and shiny. Oh, it feels like she's drawing hair-like strokes. You are serious. Here's a question for y'all, because I realized I didn't ask y'all a question yet. How long does it take y'all to do your brows? Because it takes me maybe no more than 2 minutes to do my brows. How long does it take y'all to do your brows? Fabulous Viviosity, how long does it take you to do your brows?
It's probably one of the more time-consuming things that I do. It's my eyeliner is the same. Like if I don't do eyeliner, it really cuts out quite a bit of
How long does it take you to do your
time.
eyebrows?
Probably 5 minutes.
It takes me like 2 at the most. I don't try too hard.
I'm not happy with the, whoops, I'm sorry. Well, actually, not too bad. Let me just go a little bit under here.
I don't think with any of my makeup I try too hard. The longest part of my process is the eyeshadow. Like the base phase and brows, that's quick. So I just slap stuff on.
Okay, let me see you.
Oh, chilly.
Okay. They're not twins, but they're pretty close.
Twins.
Yeah.
At least you did my brows like how you do your brows.
Yeah, I like to flick them up at the end because, again, it gives a little bit more lift to the face. Because if you
Come
draw
in,
them
take your
down,
glasses off. Let them see your brows. Look, we are brow twins.
I can't help it. I do what I do.
That is so funny.
I do what I do.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
All right, let's do a little bit of bronzer. Little bit.
Okay.
I'm not a big bronzer fan.
Which one did you pick?
The one that you said actually looks darker or comes out darker.
Medium level 7.
Yep,
House
and
Labs.
House Labs.
Okay.
Again, I don't like bronzer because it does tend to me, it makes the face look a little bit muddy. So I'm not
Really?
like,
Is
for,
it
on
all
me.
of them or just certain?
I
like,
think
tones?
it's on me. I think it's just on me that it does tend to look
You
a little
are a
muddy.
fair complexion.
Yeah, and like I said, if I'm gonna be at night in dark spaces, I think, again, I spend a lot of time during the day out with people. So I think I'm more cognizant of, you know, looking, well, I hate to use the word, well, not crazy, you know. I don't want my makeup to be too overdone.
But who's
So I
to say
tend to
what's
go
overdone or not?
Well, again, I'm not gonna go too much with this
we
bronzer
have,
because
we have those conversations. Like, who's to say
yeah.
what's too much or not enough?
Oh, you know what? I didn't get a blush brush. Oh, wait a minute.
These are blush brushes. All of these in that center,
Oh, that's right.
or those over there too.
I think I like this.
Okay. And what blush did you pick?
Picked a House Labs. It's acai or acai, depends on how you pronounce it. Sky. It's House Labs. We're pretty. Again, right, kind of in line with what we're doing.
She's making me monochromatic.
Sort of. I'm just trying to see how dark this is
Oh,
coming off.
It goes deep.
Okay.
It goes deep.
I tend to start a little bit heavier on the cheek area, and then I do go up.
Really?
Yep. And then what I also like to do is I like to go in and back with my foundation brush and just kind of tone it down a little bit because this is very, very bright. And I like that it's a little bit more toned down.
That's bright?
To me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to me.
Okay. Oh. I usually start my blush back here and then tap forward so that way this part isn't too dark because some of those colors, I don't know if I'm sweating or what, but the foundation's not fully dry. Yeah, so I'll start back here and then tap forward. So if it's going to be too dark, it'll be back here.
See? Towards the light. And I always find too, like when I look at myself in the mirror versus the camera, I trust my mirror, not the camera. You know what I mean? Like to me, your eyeshadow to me, I love it. And it's a perfect amount, but when I look at the camera, it's very toned down. And that's, I think sometimes the camera lies a little bit. Yeah, and it doesn't show us like the true.
For me, it might be the lighting up here where my camera is. And so when I do my makeup, I'm looking in the mirror down here. And I'll be like, oh, down here it looks darker or it looks something. And then I'll look up here and I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, you made my whole nose pink.
Well, just a tiny, tiny bit. I always like to do a tiny, tiny bit. Because sometimes, you know, when you have that little sun-kissed look, kind of looks like you've been out in the sun a little bit.
That is... okay. That ain't sun-kissed. That's red.
No, it isn't. Not in my eye. I'm looking at you. Never
I'm looking down here in this mirror and that's red.
Okay, I'm toning it down for you a little bit. We got a powder anyway, so.
Oh my Lord. My nose is the same color as my eyeshadow.
Oh, hush up.
Help me. Send help.
All right, look this way. Stop complaining.
Help. Help. So what is this that you're using?
The MAC
Double Gleam highlighter that I found at Marshall's for like $8.
Yeah, see, I'm glad that you know what you're.
That's my only MAC blush.
I have no idea what I'm
That's
using.
my only MAC blush. No, it's not even a blush. My only MAC highlighter. And I do only have one MAC blush too. Yeah, you do all that, huh?
Yeah, but I'm not going overboard. You can see it's not overly shiny.
I got a disco ball on my nose.
No, you don't.
Look at that.
Stop.
Look at my.
That looks fine to me. You're just not used to it.
That's because I don't like my nose looking like a disco ball.
I'll turn it down. Calm down, woman.
Our tastes are so different. Do you want me to put this on now?
You can if you want. I don't.
Do you want me to?
Let me see. Let me
you
look
do on
at
my
you.
face. This eye is tearing a little bit.
Let's see. You can.
Okay. This eye is tearing. Why is this one eye tearing?
I don't know. Did I maybe get too aggressive with the
highlighter? No, it wasn't you. My eyes just tear sometimes anyway.
Okay.
This is Sephora 12-hour retractable eyeliner in that terracotta. So I'm gonna look up here where you are.
Brushes away here.
Yeah, she's putting them in my dirty brush container.
Yeah.
That I then carry into the kitchen. Excuse me, and then wash. And y'all may have seen that container before. Like the kitchen is far. Kitchen is like right there. So what's the next thing that you're gonna do?
I think probably the same thing we'll do
Look,
lips.
we've been doing this an hour. Sorry to poke y'all in the eye. I knew this was gonna be a long video.
Yeah, well, you know, when you do somebody's makeup, it's not for me, it's not a, 20-minute process. It takes time.
It's not even 20 minutes for me to do my makeup. Okay.
Okay, so.
Look at my nose, y'all.
All right,
So like I've been sneezing all day.
Do you use a lip brush, or do you put this directly on your lips?
I put it directly on, but you're doing it, so do what you do.
Do you have a lip brush?
No,
Okay.
but
Do you have a lip liner? No?
I do.
Oh, that's small.
Yeah, because I don't have a quote-unquote lip brush.
Okay.
Do you want me to put it on?
Yes.
I need to.
Yeah, because I usually do lip liner, and then I usually use a lip brush.
I was looking at your lips. Yeah, we have different shaped lips.
Yeah.
So this is House Labs Atomic Shaker. This one is Rosewood Shine, and it's described as a rose mauve. Look at my nose, y'all. So you think this is a lot of blush?
You know, I like to be subtle.
That is true. This is so interesting. How you doing my makeup?
But you knew I wasn't gonna go.
No, I didn't know, and that's what I had
hog
told
on you.
And that's what I told them. I said, I'm curious to see if she's gonna do her makeup like she would do her makeup, or she would do it how I would do it. And I was excited to see.
And we're not, if you told me that, hey, I'm going to the Playhouse, or I'm going, you know what I mean? That you're going somewhere you're going to be at night, I definitely would have gone a little bit heavier.
And I wear heavy all day. Like,
I know
don't,
you do. I tend to go light in the day and then heavy at night. And you have to understand, too, that, I work for a fairly conservative organization, and I can't show up in trainings and stuff like, too intense. So I have to watch myself a little bit.
I used to wear anything to work, and nobody ever said any different. If
You know what you're
anything,
missing here, lady? A garbage can.
I have my makeup trash bag. That's that T-Mobile bag, which sits on the stool that you're sitting on. So I moved everything. That T-Mobile behind the Body and Bath Works bag.
Oh.
That's my makeup trash bag. Yeah, that sits over here on that. But
Okay. Yeah.
I changed my whole entire station.
I'm
the only
constantly
thing
with my tissues in there.
The only thing I didn't move were where my eyeshadow palettes are. Well, the bigger palettes, the smaller palettes, like everything I moved out, so I can put the brushes over there where she is and give her space. So how'd I do with my lips?
They look beautiful.
This is a perfect nude for me, right?
Oh yeah, it looks great, and I think it looks great with the look that we did here.
She picked out the lip color, y'all.
Oops! Oh, got it in your hairline. I'll fix that in a
I have
second.
no hair. I cut it this morning.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
All right, let me use. Where's your little cloth?
That one?
This is dirty.
As big as this is, just
Here.
fold it.
Okay. Well, I don't
No,
want to touch
she-
your hair. This is
We'll
clean.
use a clean part of the cloth. The cloth
Sorry.
is huge.
I got some in your
In my
hair
none
here.
there.
In your hair.
Can't tell. This powder is my skin tone, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
Take your nose down a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Can't believe we're brow twins. This eye is still tearing. But thankfully it's only just one eye, because when it's both it's worse. It's just
Okay,
like,
close your eyes. I'm gonna hit you with
Okay.
the spray. Let me just see what mister. Okay, there's a nice mister on it. Sorry.
And what is that? Oh, it's still the setting powder.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that not every area of your face is shiny.
Shine, 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 shine. So y'all, comment below. Like, what are y'all thinking?
Let me see. I like it.
This eye is tearing.
We must have gotten. I must have gotten something, either the highlighter or the blush.
No,
or
sometimes
something,
my eye
something
just
must have
no
gone off the brush or something.
No, it could be because the AC is blowing this event right up there.
Oh,
Sometimes when that
okay,
kicks on,
gotcha.
that'll do it. So it's not anything you did.
Let me see.
And I'm just trying to get this. Actually, let me use a Q-tip. Soak up this moisture.
You know, it's not because you put the.
No, it was tearing before that, so it's not the eyeliner. So what do y'all think? My nose is pink. That's what I think.
I took it down. I did.
Here's the thing.
Here, you know what?
When somebody
hold
had-
on, hold on, hold on. You know,
No,
like
just let me say what I was going to say. When you have a wide nose, we don't want to draw attention to it.
Well, I know, but you're not trying to hide it either, though. You're not doing
But I'm
all
not
that
trying to make
crazy
it look like a disco
contouring.
ball.
It's natural for your face.
She
to
put
have a little
foundation.
bit
She put foundation on the back of her hand, y'all. She thinks I'm complaining, but I'm really not. I'm making conversation. Keep it entertaining.
But I want you to be happy.
we've
I
been
don't want
here-
your.
I'm happy you're
thinking
here visiting.
Your nose
period.
too shiny or too red or too.
I'm just
anything.
happy you're visiting. Period. Like that's all there is to it.
Okay.
And we've been here an hour, so we gotta be entertaining. So people don't be like, "Oh, what? No, like that's an hour of my life I'll never get back." We
Hey,
want them to be like,
they could tune out like half an hour ago, right? They wanted to.
if y'all still here,
Yay.
put a pink heart emoji for the pink, and the pink, and the pink, and the pink. I'm just one monochromatic being here. And actually put 2 pink heart emojis. One for all the pinks and one because we brow twins.
Well, it was an inspiration. I had to start somewhere. She's got like 10,000 palettes over here. I had to go somewhere.
Some people have. I saw a collection video and it was something in the thumbnail. It was like 350 palettes. And I can't imagine. I got less than 60 and I'm just like, what the hell? But I'm just like, how?
You know, I'm really. Oh, you know what? Mascara. You didn't do your mascara.
Because
Where
I
is
put it, I don't know, it's in the kitchen somewhere.
in the kitchen somewhere. Sit down in
Because
there.
I moved all my stuff. If you go straight over there, no, over in front of the, there. In the front.
Oh, duh.
And we don't even have to do mascara.
Here, no.
Is there anything
like
else
you
you
to.
wanted to do? Oh, she said she would like me to. Okay, let me put it on.
Yeah, just because I have a mascara brush. It's a small fan brush, and I use it, and that way you don't get any little black dots anywhere. But I didn't want to bring it because, again, I don't know if it would irritate Miss Dion's eyes. So I
Miss
figured just
Dion.
let her use her own mascara, let her do her own mascara, and
And
that
this
way we don't
is-
have any issues.
And this is MAC Stack Mascara that we are using.
And you know what I was kind of surprised at is that I use the Milani eyebrow pencil for myself because it's not too waxy and it's very soft. But I was really surprised at how much I like this Fenty.
I love it. When I
I
started
like
using
this.
that, I never turned back.
I think I'm gonna get it.
I never turned back. And they have quite a few different colors too.
Yeah, my
That's
son
the
got me an
darkest color. What
Ulta
color?
gift card, so I think I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna try this. This almost seems like black to me. Oh, brown.
What
Brown.
color does it say?
It says brown MVP. Right? Isn't that the color?
Brow MVP.
Brow. Oh, see.
Dark black.
Even with glasses on, apparently I'm blind.
Yeah, underneath of that in smaller print it says dark black. Yeah, it's Brow MVP. The shade is dark
Oh yeah,
black.
deep black 14.
Deep black.
Yeah.
And that's the darkest shade, but they do have lighter shades.
Yeah. I'd probably use like a dark or deep brown.
And the shade that's under that one, it showed up kind of reddish on me. And I was just like, what? It showed up like a reddish brown. Because I thought this one was going to be too dark, but...
You know, I find what's really
How's my
amazing.
mascara?
It's good.
Do I need to do more?
No.
You sure? Am I missing any places?
Not that I can see.
Okay.
Your bottom lashes are curled under a little bit, but that might be the natural way that they go on the edge there.
Oh, because they're coming like this
Yes.
way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see if I can fix that. I love this mascara. Have you tried the MAC Stack mascara?
No.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting it here and going this way.
Okay.
Because if I just come straight down, oh, now my made it
Sometimes what
clumpy.
I do too is I have like
Oh,
wands to do clients with, and you know they're just so you can
I
stick them
messed
in.
up.
Yeah, see that's
Now
what
I got spider lashes.
you do. Do you don't
That
have
has
any
never-
wands that have nothing on it, do
That
you?
has never happened to me before.
Well, see, I go over mascara with an empty wand
Because because I'm trying to
because I
bring this
separate
out.
them.
I never had this happen before.
Yeah, you're getting too much on there. I think.
I was trying to flick them out. Like this side, right? Like these are coming straight down. These are coming in. Oh, I got spider lashes. This has never happened to me before.
You do have spider lashes.
That has never.
But you should get some of those wands. You know what the ones I'm talking about, right? That you can apply makeup with.
What the hell?
And then that way you can like fix things like that with the empty
This is the
wand.
only time it ever happened to me. Like this, I have never.
You use a Q-tip maybe.
I'm gonna just try to.
There you go.
That ain't working.
That's
And
not
the thing
working.
is, you're supposed to let it dry first. And my
Yeah,
lipstick
you might get
applicator.
smeary.
My lipstick applicator's on over here. That would work better. I did manage to pull some of it off.
Yeah, you did. You got a lot off. At least a lot come off on the Q-tips.
Wow, that has never happened before. Because I was trying to get them, because how these are coming straight down, I was trying to get this to go this way. And it
Yeah,
just
but I
put
think
too much.
it's much better than it was.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, we're done with the mascara.
Yeah, I like it.
So are we done? What do y'all think?
It definitely,
So
to
any-
me,
anything
it
else
looks
you're gonna
better
do?
to me when I'm when I'm looking at you right now. It
Mhm.
looks beautiful, but when I look in the monitor, it looks very, very light. It looks washed out, or not monitor your camera. To
So
me,
how about that?
I think it looks a little better.
Because this does like.
Yeah, it does.
This
Probably,
is,
yeah. Because
this is
see,
more.
when you
This is
turn
more
to
my
me,
tone.
it's lower light.
Right, and looking down here too.
Yes.
I'm darker down here. It's shaded down
Yes.
here.
This looks more like what I'm seeing than
Yeah.
what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me know what y'all think. Fabulous Fifiosity did my whole face.
What do you think?
I think it's interesting.
You know what that means, right? She don't like it.
I didn't say that.
That's what people say though.
I'm
when
not
they don't know
people.
what to say. Oh, I know that, but you're just trying to not hurt my feelings, I think.
You know I am not that person.
Well, I hope not.
You don't know me well enough by now?
I do.
Interesting because we do have the different styles. Now it's tearing over here.
That's because you kept fooling around with it.
And that AC is blowing.
You know what? Yeah, that's a. See, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle that if I were doing my makeup.
Yeah.
My eyes would be tearing up all
And I
the
always
time.
turn the thermostat down because when I'm sitting here in front of these lights, I start to sweat. Because
you?
earlier it was on like 75 and it was
Yeah.
comfortable, right? But sitting here, I turned it down to like 72, either
Yeah.
73 or 72.
Well, what do you think of the eyeshadio look? Do you like it, or you
I
think
like
it's
how
not?
I like how this looks like a dual chrome.
Yeah.
How you layered Juno over
Mm,
Helio, I think that was.
yeah.
I like that. This eye is like seriously tearing.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I felt like I might have been wild with one of the powders, and it got
And I
in your
told
eye.
you it wasn't. Don't you feel the air blowing?
You think that's just what it is?
Yeah. Because I'm sitting this way, so it's like just blowing right down into my eye. So I do like how that looks like a dual chrome.
But I love that I got to use the eyebrow. Oh, I love that I got to use all. And I've used the Fenty foundation before on myself, and I did really, really like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I used the House Labs blush myself. I've never used. I'm just not a big bronzer type person. So, but
Yeah,
and
that
of
was a
course I
good
like the
bronzer.
lipstick. I love the House Labs shaker, the atomic shaker.
Yeah.
I mean, look how beautiful your
This
lips
is a
look.
perfect nude for me, and I was
It is.
surprised. Excuse me, that I liked it that much because I had told them when I had got it and I did the haul video, I'm like, this is lighter than I thought. And then when I put it on, I was like, ooh.
It looks nice. It looks nice on you, and it looks beautiful with your skin
Yeah.
tone and everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like the perfect shade for you.
This is my
And I like
perfect
the
nude.
blush too.
Yeah.
I think it's like, again, for your skin tone, it's just gorgeous. I love it.
Thank you. And I
And
do
I
have to
love
go
that
light
House
with that
Labs.
one
I
because
love the House Labs blush.
that was the size sky. And the first time I used it, I was like, oh shit, how do I tone it down? I was putting setting powder all over it,
Oh,
trying
I
to
know.
tone it down.
I know. When it
But-
first went, and I knew that because when I put it on the back of my hand, I'm like, oh my God, that's like bright. Yeah.
It's super bright. So do you have any closing words for the people? So we're almost at an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think.
Come in so they can see.
I think it's pretty much what you always talk about. We're all very different. We like different things. You know, I go a little bit lighter. Miss Dion likes more bold looks. And
Troll it out.
well, and I think mine is always too, you know, I have to
Can
consider.
you stop leaning that way?
Sorry, my job and you know, my age. So, you know, I don't know if it's a hang up or just something that you know, I tend to think about on the regular. I don't know. I think I went heavier when I was younger. Sorry.
Every time I tilted, you just go further.
I know. I just, you know, because we're already like on top of each other. I'm trying not to encroach on you too much. But no, other than that, you know, do what you do and do what you like. Do what you feel like looks best on you. Even though, you know, like Miss Dion and I are very different in terms of what we like, but we're both very passionate about makeup. You know, you do you. That's what you have to do. And be happy with that, and don't try to be like everybody else. You know, I've tried things that are trends, and then I've tried them on myself, and they were horrible. I hated it. You know, so don't follow along with the crowd. You know, you do what makes you happy, just like you do. You do bold looks. You know, I do a little bit more.
Except for that golden palette.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that, but I knew that palette was super light. And I saw that you had bought it. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think she's going to like that. It's not going to show up well on her. But you got some really, like, sparkly. Like,
well,
you call them
the
ethereal looks.
Yeah, the light ethereal there, not there
Yes.
look with just a little bit of shine. Some people love looks like that.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
And I think there's a time and place for that, too. I think, you know, you should do your makeup for whatever is appropriate. You know, if I was going out at night, I would definitely vamp it up a little bit more. But I do.
See, and I live in vamp.
I know you do. I know you like those bold colors.
Vamp, messy, grunge, swamp water. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of just do, you know, for daytime, again, light. Nighttime, I do go a little heavier. So just be you. That's the most important thing. And don't follow the trends if they don't look good on you.
I don't think I follow any trends at all, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think you do either. I've never seen you following a trend. And there's so many now. I mean, it's some saturated.
Oh, tell them about the Aquaphor.
Oh, yeah. So...
She said, did you hear about the Aquaphor thing? I'm like, yeah, did you try it? She said, yeah, I went.
Oh, yeah, I did try.
I was like, girl.
Yeah. Well, Scott, I think it originated from Scott Barnes, at least that's what people were saying online. The Aquaphor lip balm, you know, to put it underneath your eyes to help fill in fine lines and things like that. So I tried it. And then I have like this puppet thing going on down here. So I have lines here too. So I did put it down here. And I'm going to be honest, it was useless. Now I just use it as a lip balm. It just didn't do anything for me, and it didn't work for me. And again, it could be my age. I don't know. But I did try it because I thought, well, I do like Scott Barnes. And he knows what he's doing. He's a professional. And
I don't think it has to do with age. It might just be your skin type.
It might be, too. It might be. But it didn't do much for me. But now I have 2 lip balms that I have to use up.
And I told her I have
So
enough
there's that.
chapsticks. I could have gave her a chapstick or 2 or 4.
Yeah, so again, that's one of those trends. And I know years ago, Wayne Goss did a thing. Like, he was starting to develop bags under his eyes. And what he did was right here where there was some darkness, he put concealer only in the darkness.
Just right here, yeah.
And again, that didn't work for me because what happened is it caked up in there. And it looked horrible. And I'm like, it worked on him, but it did not work on me. So I'm like, you know, I have bags under my eyes. There's no way I'm going to hide it, so just stop trying to hide it.
Because that worked for me, just putting concealer right here and like right here.
Yeah, but see, you don't have bags under your eyes.
Or just a little, I have discoloration though. I don't use concealer for the bags. I use concealer for the discoloration. And so I would just put it like right here. Yeah. I don't do like the whole, because when I see, okay, you're doing all of this concealer, you're doing all this, I'm like, why are you even using foundation? Because you put concealer almost on your whole face except your cheek.
But see, to me, and when I'm looking at your camera, I see darkness, but when you look at me directly, I don't see that. So it's very weird what the camera or what a phone picks up.
Because even looking down here, it looks like I have shadow under here.
It does. That's what I mean. That's why I didn't really do anything under there, because it already looks like you have some darkness under there, but it's not like weird darkness.
That's my under eye discoloration. And what it is that we didn't take the foundation up here. That's what it was.
Well, and also I didn't want to get too close to your eyes because I know how much they tear up. So I didn't go up super high. Okay. I was a little afraid that your eyes were going to start tearing up.
Well, now from next, I do take concealer up, and you can still see my discoloration through it, but that's okay because then I put eyeliner under here, then I put eyeshadow under here, so that kind of camouflages.
I guess we could have gotten a little concealer under there.
Yeah,
but,
and so I do see the darkness from like here to to here.
Mm-hmm.
So it does look like a shadow there, but that's just
Yeah.
my under eye discoloration.
But and again, the camera is just, or the phone is just making things look to me not like they're looking.
Well, I can see it down here too.
Yeah, but it's not as obvious, I don't think.
Yeah, well, it's because it's darker down here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's why I don't make too big of a deal with my under eye discoloration, because I have under eye discoloration anyway.
Yeah.
And even if I get fallout, if it's from like Juno, that light shade, if it falls out, it's going to blend into my highlighter.
And two, you also, you know, you have some fine lines going on under there. Now, if we're going to
No,
put in
I'm fine.
concealer-
I just got lines.
Well, I mean, and well, as we age, we get fine lines under there. And,
No,
and
they're
when you
just
put
lines.
concealer under there,
They're just lines. They're
it's
not
just going
fine.
to accentuate it more, I think. But
They're just lines.
you can
they're
powder
not
till the
fine.
cows
they're
come
just
home.
there. And powdering just can make it look worse.
it can absolutely make it look worse.
And that's why I stopped putting concealer under there.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I don't do it. It just tends to look cakey on older
Yeah.
people. So, and I know some
It
makeup
doesn't
artists
have
that
to
do
It doesn't
it.
have to do with age. For me, it has to do with because I use Tetranone, which is a prescription retin-A.
Yes.
And so putting that under eye, it can dry out my
It
under
can.
eye area. So if I put concealer, which is full coverage, this one, the
Yes.
Estee Lauder, putting a full coverage concealer on dry skin is going to make it look drier and cakier. And so if I don't use the Tetranone for like 3 nights in a row, I can put concealer here and right here, and it
Okay.
looks fine.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have to do with age; it has to do with what my skin is doing at that time.
Absolutely. I just got that, as a matter of fact, my dermatologist.
The
Yeah, because I
Tetranone?
have some
Yeah.
dark spots on my face, age
Yeah.
spots.
And,
so.
and she told me you can take it right up under your eye.
You can. And my
Yeah.
dermatologist said mix like a pea size with moisturizer. It'll
Really?
it'll lessen the drying out of the face. Yeah.
And it doesn't make my face dry though.
Yeah, she says it can. She said if you want to avoid that, you mix it in with some moisturizer.
Ah, so that's a tip for y'all. So I'll use it for like 3 days because I'm up to 1% now. And so I'll use it for like 3 days, don't use it for 2 days, and you know. And if I start to develop milia, if I'm trying a new product, which y'all know I don't often do, but the Tetranone will clear that up before it becomes like a permanent thing. So it does really help my skin a lot. So any finishing words? Ooh, 90 minutes. We got to go.
Yep.
So thank you so much for being here,
Yes.
for painting my face. This was a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about the look, about the eyeshadow, Natasha Denona Lila palette, the eyeliner from Inglot, the regular stuff on the face, House Labs, face stuff, House Labs lip, Max Stack mascara, brow twins over here. So
You know she gonna be like fixing those brows.
I'm gonna be like this for the rest of the day. I'm just like, she really got my brows looking like her brows. But thank you so much. This was so much fun. My first official guest at the Crazy Troll Nation in a video.
Thank you for having me. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
I know it took a long time, but you know,
Yeah.
it just does when you're doing somebody else's makeup. I always
It
thought
does.
I couldn't do a wedding because if I had to do like 5 or 6 people in a short amount of time, I'd be in trouble.
And you were supposed to do one.
Yes. Yeah, and I broke my shoulder. I actually
Yeah.
did a pre-makeup session. So I like to do that. You know, when I have
Yeah, yeah,
clients,
yeah.
I go to their house and I do their makeup and then we tweak it and they tell me what they like and don't like so that when the big day comes, you know, we got it and we know exactly
Yeah.
what we're doing. So, yep.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a screenshot. You got to come close.
Okay.
Oh, I got to put the phone. Okay. How's this? All right. That's our screenshot.
All right.
So thank you so much for being here. And she's
Thank
been
you
here
for having
before,
me.
but I said official because she did the face. Did the face.
It's a face.
She did the face. So we're going to go. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, 2 pink hearts for all the pinks and for brow twins.
For matchy makeup.
So thank you all. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you for being here. You will see me soon, and hopefully we'll see her back on her channel soon.
If I can find the time, I will get back on there.
Girl. All right, we're going to go because we need to have a talk. But I'll see y'all soon. Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye.